What's good, YouTubers and YouTubex? This is JB Sports back again with another one. Got some news, NFL news here. Wide receiver Michael Thomas has reached an agreement with the New Orleans Saints on extension for 5 years, $100 million. Again, Michael Thomas has reached an agreement with the New Orleans Saints. Wide receiver Michael Thomas has reached an agreement with the New Orleans Saints for extension of 5 years, $100 million deal. With $61 million of it is guaranteed. He's going to be, basically the $61 million is the signing bonus. So that's what's guaranteed of the contract. He was slated to make, for this coming season, he was slated to make $1.148 million. And that will increase on season number 2 to $20 million annually in the new deal. So again, man, this deal here makes Michael Thomas the highest paid receiver in the NFL. This puts him ahead of other high profile receivers like Antonio Brown and DeAndre Hopkins. So that's good news for the Saints, man, because they really don't have a credible receiver on the roster. With Michael Thomas, if Michael Thomas would have sit out, and missed some games during the season, they really don't have a good number 2 receiver on the roster. He is the creme de la creme as far as wide receiver go for the Saints, man. He is that dude, as Marcellus Wiley says on his show, Speak for Yourself. He is that dude, man, and they gave him his money, man. So that's a good deal for the Saints, man. The Saints are going to be an interesting team this year. A lot of people are speculating is they going to be able to come back from that blown missed call, which probably cost them an opportunity to go to Super Bowl last year when the guy from the Rams ran over the secondary guy from the Rams ran over the receiver from the Saints and knocked him into the middle of next week before the ball arrived, and the referees held their whistles in their back pocket and didn't call it, man. It was a sad, it was a bad situation, a sad situation for New Orleans Saints fans who were looking to get to the Super Bowl for the second time in franchise history. But we'll see how it plays out, man. But again, this guy Michael Thomas is the real deal, man. He's not as flamboyant, as flashy like Antonio Brown or Odell Beckham Jr., man. But you look at his production, man. This guy has led all receivers in production over the last few seasons, and the guy is the truth. And he's big time, man. He is to what he's to the New Orleans Saints what DeAndre Hopkins is to the Houston Texans, as far as he is by far their best player on offense. Probably could be arguably is their best player on the team, period. And that's saying a lot, coming from a wide receiver position, man. The guy is the truth. He's big time, and the guy makes plays, man. Teams game plan to stop him when they go play the Saints. They like, okay, we got to take Michael Thomas away. They don't say, oh, we got to take last year we got to shut down Mark Ingram or stuff like that, man. They said now we've got to take away Michael Thomas. And the guy's still making plays, man. He do a good job of moving them around and getting them in the right matchups and the right schemes to get him his production still to be at a all-time high, even though the defenses are focused on him. So, he's facing he's facing cornerbacks and safeties rolling to his side on a majority of the plays, man, and he still finds a way to be productive on a high level. So the guy is the truth, and it was a necessity for the Saints to sign him. So good news for the New Orleans Saints. Who that nation? I know they're very happy, and it's a good situation, man. We'll see how it plays out, man. The Saints are in the NFC, man. You got a bunch of the NFC reminds me of the NBA's Western Conference, man. They got a bunch of strong teams. The AFC reminds me of the Eastern Conference, where they got a couple of teams at the top, and then it's like a drop off. So you got the New Orleans, you got the Los Angeles Rams, you got the Dallas Cowboys, you got the Philadelphia Eagles, you got the Minnesota Vikings, you got the Atlanta Falcons, you got the Seattle Seahawks. You got a bunch of strong teams there, man. You got other teams that could make that jump next year, San Francisco 49ers, and teams of that situation that's on the rise. So it's a deep NFC, and you can't never forget about the Carolina Panthers. So long as one of my favorite players to watch, Cam Newton, is healthy and he's on the field, man, and with the defense that they play under Ron Rivera, they always can be a factor as far as making the playoffs. So it's a deep conference, man, and we'll see how it plays out, man. But It was a necessary thing for the Saints to take care of. You know, they didn't want that distraction going into the season, especially coming off of, like I said, what happened at the end of last year with the blown call by the referees in the Los Angeles Rams game. It's good that they got this deal done and got that one black cloud over their franchise removed, and now they got to get the other black cloud that's over the franchise, and that is overcoming what happened last year in the NFC Championship game. That'll be up to Sean Payton and his coaching staff to get those guys motivated, get them guys ready, and make sure that what happened to Atlanta Falcons the year that they blew that Super Bowl against the Patriots won't happen to them, as far as having a hangover and never actually able to recover from that loss and you know, going on like a downward trajectory that Atlanta Falcons have gone on since that Super Bowl loss to the Patriots. The Saints got to avoid that going on that same downward trajectory like the Atlanta Falcons. You know, you look at the Falcons when they did lose the Super Bowl. They made the playoffs the next year, but they lost in the second round to the Philadelphia Eagles, the eventual Super Bowl champion. And then the year after that, they didn't even make the playoffs. So the Saints got to avoid going on that same downward trajectory. So we'll see how it play out, man. But again, wide receiver Michael Thomas, one of the best receivers in the NFL, signs a 5-year, $100 million extension with the New Orleans Saints and $61 million signing bonus. So that means $61 million of it is guaranteed. This is JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. I'll holla.